Say what's going on, man. You told me your name. What's your name one more time? Randall. Okay, Abraham. Okay, so so far out of what Hiddekin's been bringing out, he's been bringing out lovely teaching. What you learn so far? What you learn so far?
Right now, I'm not.
Okay.
Right now, he told me to stop me, and I just want to.
Okay.
Be happy.
That's good.
But right now, you know, my mom raised me in the church, but you know, it's just a thing right now that I'm not.
I got you. Now, and we don't. That's something I do want to make mention of. We don't necessarily come from we're not a Christian church, like Christianity kind of organization, right? What we come out to teach is that the so-called blacks, like that's what you identify as, right?
Yeah.
Right. So we come out to teach that the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, and Native American Indians, right?
Yeah.
That those people are the children of Israel that the Bible speaks about.
Right.
And the things that happened to them in history, like for example, what do you know about history? I know you know like what happened to us in slavery, right?
And we had to go through all this tribulation,
right?
And all this,
right? And what about the Native American Indians? You familiar about them?
That was treated about the same.
They was about the same, right? What about the Hispanics?
They can't. I don't know.
You don't really know. Okay, so that history might be a little foreign to you. Well, they also, like, think about it. Give me verse 32 real quick. I'm gonna show you some, Deuteronomy 28.
Look. I'm not trying to stop anything.
Oh no.
I'm in the area.
Oh no, I got you.
It's gonna be at least maybe a minute. I got something else.
No, I got you. But real quick, I want to show you something real quick.
Okay.
Real quick. Read this 28:32. Yes.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So you heard that? It says, thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people, right? Now, what I want to ask you is, if you look on the news, let's say CNN, NBC, whatever, who do you, like, what's going on at the border of Mexico right now?
What are you doing, sir?
Yes. Well, yeah, a lot of them coming over, but what is the U.S. government doing with those that's trying to come over?
There you go.
Yeah, they're putting them in cages and separating the children.
Yeah.
Right, you seen that, right?
Yeah.
So when they said they separating the children, think about, now who runs the U.S. government? Right, but what race of people only? Whites, right?
Yeah.
Now I want you to listen to what the Bible just said. Read that one more time.
Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given unto another people.
So now he's talking to the nation of Israel. He says, thy sons and thy daughters, right, shall be given to another race of people. So at the border, the so-called Hispanics, right, that's, you got Ephraim, Vanessa, which is Puerto Ricans, Cubans, Dominicans, Mexicans, right? When they're trying to come into the United States, they get their children get separated, and the U.S. government takes them. ICE goes right inside of their house, takes them away. All that does is just gives you even more proof within this chapter.
Book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 15.
Pick it up.
Now he's talking to the nation of Israel that Moses led out from Egypt, right? This is what he's talking about. He said, if you don't do the commandments, this is going to happen. Come on.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments.
Now, I want to ask you this. Name me a commandment that you know about the Bible. Like, name me a commandment, a law. Thou shalt not steal. Okay, that's a good one. What's another one?
Honor our mother and father.
Okay, honor the mother and father. You know any others? Huh?
Worship.
Worship? Okay. How do you worship?
But I'm trying not to get in. Let me go.
You said try not to get into it?
Yes, I don't know.
Alright, well the whole point of why I'm actually bringing this out is you are an Israelite. You can go, I'm not holding you. But I'm just saying, all I was out here doing is just to let you know that you are an Israelite. And that this right here happened because we didn't keep the commandments.
Okay.
That's what I'm just bringing out. That's all it is.
Okay.
I'm not holding you. You can go whenever you want.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, this right here happened because we didn't do God's commandments. That's all. That's what he was bringing out. Okay. All right. Yeah. Hey, give me Zephaniah 2:1. That's where you got you at. All right, give me that.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together.
Gather ourselves together. For a long time, we've been called black. We've been called African American. We've been called Hispanic. We've been called Spic. We've been called everything outside of our God-given names. But who gave those names to us? The same people that came over on this land and conquered us. The same people that came over on this land and just shipped us over here. The same conquistadors that ruled over us, colonized us, enslaved us, put chains on our neck, whipped our backs, took our children away from us, have ICE get put on us. That same nation is the same ones that now gives us our identity and says we have to worship Jesus Christ. That's right. Looking like him. But Jesus Christ, the real Jesus Christ, is the black man.
That's right.
He is the black Messiah.
That's right. That's right.
Christ never looked like the nation that we now serve under. He never looked white. He was always black. So when we gather ourselves together, we have to gather ourselves together under the black Messiah's doctrine.
That's right.
And this is what he had preached. Keep Zephaniah 2:1. Read that one more time.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together. O nation not desired.
So we have to gather ourselves together underneath God's commandments. God is the only one that gives us order. This right here, this book, is the stability of our times. But if we don't gather ourselves together underneath this word, before this country gets brought down, we have to gather ourselves together as the name Israel. Not as African American, not as Hispanic, not as Spic, not as Native American Indian, but as Israel. Read.
Read. Before the decree bring forth, before the day pass as the chamber, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you.
Right, the fierce anger of the Lord. The Lord has a fierce anger that he's coming back to render unto this nation. We do not want to be in his crosshairs. He's coming back for judgment. It's not going to be pie in the sky when he comes back. He's coming back for death, doom, and destruction. And you want to be on his good side when he comes.
That's right. Before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you.
And what's one of the ways his anger will come upon you? Let's start with dress code. Jump up, give me 1 and 8. Zephaniah 1 and 8. God does give a damn about how you dress. Women, he said, you have to dress in modest apparel. Men, you have to dress in modest apparel. That gay stuff don't work with God. God is not about LGBTQ. He's not about Pride Month. Right. The rainbow had nothing to do with pride. The rainbow is a covenant that he won't kill you by water. God is not about gay rights. That is anti-lifestyle. Read Zephaniah 1 and 8.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 1, verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children, and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
Right. Everybody that's dressed in strange apparel. What's strange apparel? Hold that. Give me Deuteronomy 22 and 5. This is strange apparel. Strange apparel is what a lot of this sodomite nation pushes. Men dressing like women and women acting and dressing like men. And there's a law about that. And guess what? Christ did not do away with it. Let's read it.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 22, verse 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man.
So the woman cannot wear things that pertains to men. Guess what men wear that women wear? Pants. They're not supposed to be wearing pants. That's a new thing on the earth. That is a new thing on the earth. The women never wore pants in history. Only up until the 1900s, the late 1900s at that, they only started wearing pants. That's a new thing on the earth. Our sisters never used to dress like that. Read again.
Deuteronomy 22 and 5. The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man. Neither shall a man put on a woman's garment.
So a man also is not supposed to be putting on a dress. So God is talking about cross-dressing here. He said women are not supposed to be wearing what men wear. Likewise, men not supposed to be wearing what women wear. This is God's law on cross-dressing. Yet this is easily broken all throughout America, all throughout the world. Read on.
The woman shall not wear that which pertaineth unto a man, neither shall a man put on a woman's garment. For all that do so are abomination unto the Lord thy God.
Go back to Zephaniah 1 and 8. They said all are abomination that cross-dress, right? Women that wear pants, men that wear dresses. This is what he said he's going to do with that strange apparel. Read.
Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 8. And it shall come to pass in the day of the Lord's sacrifice that I will punish the princes and the king's children and all such as are clothed with strange apparel.
So all those that are going against God's dress code, he said you will die when he comes back. That's his prophecy. That's why he said, give me Zephaniah 21 again. You will not notice if you are not with men and women of the Lord. You need to gather yourselves underneath this book, underneath the real teachings of the Bible. Not the Christian pastor pork top doctrine. Not that doctrine, but according to this doctrine. Read.
Zephaniah chapter 2 verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, all nation, not desire. Before the decree going forth, before the day pass at the change, before the fierce anger of the Lord comes.
Before the fierce anger of the Lord comes. Guess what else his anger is going to come for? For those of you who like to eat the pork, who likes to eat the pig, who likes to eat the shrimp, give me that judgment, Isaiah.
Read out.
And hold Zephaniah. We're going to keep coming back to that. Those of you who like to eat these strange foods, like pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, catfish, those things are against God's law. And he has a judgment based off of those who eat these unclean foods. Read that.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 66, verse 15. For behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots, like a whirlwind, to render his anger.
So he said he's going to come with fire and his chariots. Those things you call UFOs, that's God's chariots. Y'all been seeing them a lot lately. The stuff you're seeing up in the sky, they're not unidentified. That's God's chariots. And when the day comes, once the day comes, he's coming with many chariots. And he's coming to deliver his people and bring destruction upon this place.
Right.
Read.
To render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire.
And his rebuke and his correction, his judgment, with flames of fire. Read.
For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh.
Read.
And the slain of the Lord shall be many.
The slain of the Lord will be many. And some of the ones that will be slain are dressed immodestly, are eating pork, are not keeping the Sabbath day, don't even know their nationality and don't care what it is. That's the ones that he's coming to do. Read.
Verse 17. They that sanctify themselves and purify themselves in the gardens behind one tree in the midst, eating swine's flesh.
Eating what?
Swine's flesh.
Those who eat the swine, that eat the pig, those are the ones he's also coming to judge. God does care about these commandments, even if they're least. That's the ones that he said for you to keep. Go back to Zephaniah. Read that again.
The book of Zephaniah, chapter 2, verse 1. Gather yourselves together. Yea, gather together, all nations, not desire. Before the decree going forth, before the pass at the chase, before the fierce anger of the Lord come upon you, before the day of the Lord's anger come upon you. Seek ye the Lord, all the meat of the earth.
So it says, all those who are willing to listen to this book, he says, seek the Lord. How do you seek him? Give me Isaiah 34:16. Hold that. How do you seek the Lord? Is it by listening to Pastor Pork Chop? He pull one script, dance for you, and then start shaking? Is that it?
Read out.
The Christian church is not the way. For you blacks, Islam is not your religion. Egyptology is not your religion.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail.
So he says, seek out of the book of the Lord and read. That's this King James Version Bible right here. He says, seek out of this book and read. Come on.
Seek ye out of the book of the Lord, and read. No one of these shall fail.
None of these prophecies are going to fail. We went into slavery. That was a prophecy in Deuteronomy 28. It did not fail. Now it is history. And likewise, the judgment that's coming upon this place, it will come to pass. Read.
None shall want her mate.
No other book can be mated with this Bible. The Quran cannot be mated with this book. The Book of the Dead cannot be mated with this book.
Right.
The Gilgamesh epics cannot be mated with this book.
Right.
Read.
For my mouth it hath commanded,
So God gave this commandment to get this book out, read.
and his spirit it hath gathered them.
And his spirit gathered them by bringing it all together and combining it into the Bible. That's what he's saying here. Now, give me Deuteronomy 28. Matter of fact, no. 1 Corinthians 6. Give me 1 Corinthians 6 and 9. You blacks and Hispanics, y'all gotta wake up. Your nationality is not African American. You're not black or Nubian. What's that other Asian one? Asiatic. You're not Asiatic either. You are the Israelites, and you've been destroyed by listening to your oppressor. Read that, 6 and 9.
1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9.
You know?
Know ye not the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God.
So guess what? He said the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God. The unrighteous are the ones who are not keeping God's commandments.
That's right.
Everybody ain't getting in there. The pastor like to say, oh, just believe. No, there's more to this saying you have to believe. You have to do it.
Right.
You have to do the laws inside of this book.
Right.
Read.
Verse
9.
Know ye not the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God. But be not deceived, neither fornicators.
So fornicators, those who break the laws of marriage. Boyfriend and girlfriend whoring out your sisters. Sisters just giving it up to any old brother. That's fornication. He said they are not making it into the kingdom. Read.
Nor idolaters.
No, idolaters. You putting any and every old thing above God. For you brothers and sisters, money could be that. Sex could be that. Anything could be that. Read.
Nor adulterers.
So adulterers breaking the laws of marriage. Read.
Nor effeminate.
Now, that's effeminate means those weak, mealy-mouthed brothers that act like women.
Right.
All softened in their feelings because they get corrected by another man. That's effeminate. Read.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Now, abusers of themselves with mankind, guess what? That's for the LGBTQ. That's for that community. He said they're not making it into the kingdom because it's anti-lifestyle. Two men cannot make children. Two women cannot make children. That is against God's law of procreation. You cannot continue your nation by doing that evil. That's after your own lust. God don't care about that. He said you're going to die if you continue to do it. Regardless of your feelings about gay rights, God don't care about it. He don't like it, you will die by it. Your feelings don't matter. God's feelings matter. Read again.
The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 9.
Read.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God?
Read.
Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
All right, that's the gays that's inside of this community. That's the ones who don't think, or the ones who do think that it's okay to be awkward. It's okay to be queer. That's those right there. Abusers of themselves with mankind. The ones who think it's fine to be all rainbow and fruity. Sisters too, that like to act like brothers, trying to wear the pants in a relationship and rule over their men. That's what that goes into too.
We used to scream Black Power while Heron was pushed. But at the end of the day, nothing's in vain. IUIC has been given a vision. The tents of Judah has risen. Many has attempted the mission, minor murmuring, omitting, and missing the mark. Just reading that he had the flame of fire in his eyes gave us the spark. We on Paul's mission. We out on the road, purple and gold, from Mexico, Cuba, Haiti, Ghana, Sierra Leone. 144,000 boots banging, concrete crackling. These are our men repented at heart. The scriptures is proof. IUIC, we deliver the truth.